All right. All right. So some of you did the extra credit, so you might already know what we're talking about for trigonometry. But basically what it is it's going to be the relationship of angles and sides side lengths, let's say, of a right triangle. So similar to Pythagorean theorem and special right, we're now going to use trig functions to find missing parts. Yep. Yeah, there's lined paper in there and regular paper over there. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's basically just a relationship in a right triangle where we're using trig functions. Okay, so we have three types of trig functions that we use in geometry. When you go to pre-calc, you use 6 different types. All right, so the first one is called the sine. Okay, and the sine is abbreviated with the letters S-I-N, so everyone says sin, but it technically means sine. And the relationship of the sine is going to be the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So what we're looking for today is the different relationships. So the sine is going to be equal to the opposite side over hypotenuse. And you're just going to leave it as a simple fraction. We'll do some examples, of course. All right, the next relationship is going to be the cosine. And we use the abbreviation cos, but it really just means cosine. And that's going to be your adjacent side. Well, in trigonometry, it's just cosine. Okay, so the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. And the last function is going to be the tangent, which goes by the abbreviation of tan. And this is going to be the opposite side over the adjacent side. And so all you're doing, there's really no math involved. All you're doing is finding the relationship that they ask you to find, given different information that you have. Okay, now this seems like a lot of words to remember, so there is a special way to remember it. It's called SOHCAHTOA. So stands for the sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse. Ka stands for the cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. And TOA is the tangent, which is opposite over hypotenuse. What's so funny?
My brother, when he saw this, he said that he thought someone could be called another or he'd be tripping on acid.
I've heard that before. That's funny that you remembered it though.
I was like,
I think that's how I was taught in high school, but.
On Thursday.
All right, Jackson. Okay, can you guys stop talking? Thank you. All right, so basically what you're going to be given is you're going to be given a right triangle. It may be labeled, it may not be labeled. We're going to start with labels because that's what the assignment is. You're going to be given some measurements. You might be given all the measurements. You might be given 2 measurements. And you're going to ask to be asked to find a certain trig ratio. That's fine. Tell me when you're caught up so I can move it up.